Okay, betul dah rekod dah.
Okay dah. Okay dah. Sekejap ya. Sekejap. Okay, kita mula. Rekod. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ila anta maksudi wa ridha kama tabi ajli mahabbataka wa ma'rifataka. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, today we will continue our class ICT651, Chapter 5, Cloud-Based Service Architecture. So we will learn first is cloud computing architecture and key features, and then business as a service, and then software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So let's go to the first section, cloud computing architecture and key features. So let's see this video. Let's play this one. To play, suppose.
Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources via the internet, with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on an as-needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. Organizations of every type, size, and industry are using the cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as data backup, disaster recovery, email, virtual desktops, software development and testing, big data analytics, and customer-facing web applications. For example, healthcare companies are using the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for patients. Financial services companies are using the cloud to power real-time fraud detection and prevention. And video game makers are using the cloud to deliver online games to millions of players around the world. With cloud computing, your business can become more agile, reduce costs, instantly scale, and deploy globally in minutes. Cloud computing gives you instant access to a broad range of technologies, so you can innovate faster and build nearly anything you can imagine. From infrastructure services such as compute, storage, and databases, to Internet of Things, machine learning, data analytics, and much more. You can deploy technology services in a matter of minutes and get from idea to implementation several orders of magnitude faster than before. This gives you the freedom to experiment and test new ideas to differentiate customer experiences and transform your business, such as adding machine learning and intelligence to your applications in order to personalize experiences for your customers and improve their engagement. You don't need to make large upfront investments in hardware and overpay for capacity you don't use. Instead, you can trade capital expense for variable expense and only pay for IT as you consume it. With cloud computing, you access resources from the cloud in real time as they're needed. You can scale these resources up and down to grow or shrink capacity instantly as your business needs change. Cloud computing also makes it easy to expand to new regions and deploy globally in minutes. For example, Amazon Web Services has infrastructure all over the world, so you're able to deploy your application in multiple physical locations in just a few clicks. Putting applications in closer proximity to end users reduces latency and improves their experience. No matter your location, size, or industry, the cloud frees you from managing infrastructure and data centers so you can focus on what matters most to your business.
Okay, now I think you have good understanding what is cloud computing kan. So what is cloud computing?
Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of
Sorry, yes. So cloud computing is a collective system, which use remote server on the internet to collect, maintain, and process data. To collect, maintain, and process data rather than on a local server or personal computer. Jadi kat sini the key point from this definition, it is a collective system. So apa collective system tu? Kalau tengok gambar ajar ni, dia ada content, collaboration, communication, finance, database, many services, ini semua ni collective system lah. And then we use this services system from remote location. For here from Malaysia, we can use server from Google in United States, in Europe, sebagainya. Kata-kata cloud tu maksudnya cloud computing tu internet lah actually, on the internet. And then we use this remote computer to collect, maintain, and process data. Collect, maintain, and process data. Contoh dia collect data of customer, maintain customer data, and process order, process inventory, and anything about the business, rather than on the local server or personal computer. Without cloud computing, normally we store all these component, all this system in local server or personal computer. Now using cloud computing, all these services, component, all reside on cloud computing. Cloud tu maksudnya internet lah. Cloud stand for internet. Yeah. And then cloud computing is on demand availability. Yeah, on demand availability. On demand maksudnya kita nak apa yang kita dia ada ikut apa yang kita nak. Maksud dia. Ya. Contoh dia processor. Kadang-kadang kita nak high end processing. So itu kita nak high end processing. So dia akan kita just increase the processing speed dia. Kita boleh increase ataupun decrease the speed. We can increase, decrease the storage size, memory size, and so on. Sebelum ni kalau kita nak increase semua ni, processor ni, we need to upgrade our computer. We need to buy new computer. We need to buy new hard disk to improve ataupun to increase data storage dia. Yeah. Now, we can increase or decrease the resources to using cloud dashboard dia. Dia ada dashboard, you just klik dia untuk kita increase atau decrease the resources. So, computer resources ni contoh dia adalah data storage and computing power. Ya. And also memory kat sini tulis ni. Data storage ni hard disk dia lah. We can increase, decrease the hard disk storage size, computing power dia, processor dia, and also memory. Misalnya ada 3 tu. Without active management by the user. So your user don't need to directly maintain the server. They don't need to directly, means physically. We don't need to attend the physical hardware dia. Kita tak perlu nak datang physical hardware dia, kita tak perlu. Kita cuma from remote location saja. Daripada rumah, daripada office, we can access all the resources using internet connection. So the term is generally used to describe data center available to many users over the internet. So cloud ni computing ni dia refer pada data center. Ada yang cuba dah login ke? Macam ada bunyi tengah masuk login. Jadi used to describe data center available to many user over the internet. Ya, data center contoh dia Google data center. Ya, Google data center tu we can access, anybody can access using internet. Ya, any internet user lah, any internet user can access, can subscribe Google data center. Large cloud predominant today often have function distributed over multiple location from central servers. So contohnya Google Cloud yang popular, 3 popular Google Cloud ni, Amazon, Google and Microsoft Azure. Ya, Google Cloud Computing atau Google Cloud Platform, ataupun Amazon with AWS, and ketiga Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. Yeah. So dia punya server ni semua located from multiple location. They have server on United States, Europe, Asia, and many other locations. If the connection to the user is relatively close, it may be designated an edge server. So kalau connection tu kadang-kadang sekarang ni, contoh dia di Malaysia waktu COVID-19 ni, sebenarnya kita berlaku line putus sebenarnya, yang sambungan daripada Malaysia ke Japan, tak silap saya, ada kerosakan. Jadi dia boleh redirect kepada infrastructure di local. Dia cuma affected location, dia akan mungkin slow down certain tempat dia, sebab dia akan redirect automatic to other connection. Okay, let's go to next slide. Okay, cloud computing top features. There are about 5 top features. First is cost. Cost is relatively low because we don't need to invest huge amount of money to buy hardware and software and lease line. And then integrity. File are stored on common place with everyone having the access. This maintain the integrity of the data as there is a record for all the change made in the document. So you don't have to worry data tu kadang-kadang berlaku rosak lah data dia, maksudnya. Jadi tak perlu tu pasal dia ada automatic backup, dia ada fault tolerance mechanisms and many more to ensure that our data is safe in secure location. Yeah. And then analytic, cloud computing allow to display all the analytic of the data in the form of cut and pie. So we can create analytics, we can develop analytics of data, our data, to produce, to visualize the data dalam bentuk charts, pie dan sebagainya. And then security, it is secure platform for accessing and retrieving any data in the generation where the risk of data breach is all time high. So dia ada very good security to safeguard our data. Ya. Kalau kita buat apps, we don't need to create our own security system. We can use existing. Kalau Google, kita boleh gunakan existing user system yang memang proven very secure. And then seamless integration, cloud computing make it easy to view and share information smoothly and securely. So we can integrate with our corporate data, and we can integrate with geolocations, weather services, stock services, yang kita boleh share data tu semua dengan selamat lah. Ya, smooth and secure. Next. Okay. There are 4 deployment model of cloud computing. Okay. The cloud deployment model ni maksudnya macam mana kita nak boleh gunakan cloud computing tu, sama ada secara private or public, ya, deployment atau hybrid and community cloud. Private ni company opt for cloud service that accessible only on their premise and not outside. Maksudnya macam UiTM for example, UiTM have their own cloud. So cloud of UiTM can be accessed only on UiTM premises. Inside the campus of UiTM, kita tak boleh nak access from outside of UiTM. In public cloud model is established with a goal to supply limitless memory storage and expanded data transmission through the internet to all organizations and their loyal customers. For example, Google Cloud platform. So Google platform can be accessed by anybody, to all organizations, to all parties. Yeah. They can provide limitless memory storage and processing power. Maksudnya dia punya memory ni kita boleh increase, data storage tak ada hadnya. It takes care of all prerequisites for small, medium and big size enterprise. Contoh macam Google Cloud ni dia fit for small organisation as well as for big organisation, large giant organisation. Macam Petronas, Shell company can also use Google Cloud platform. Sebab dia boleh cater the requirement, large ataupun big requirement of macam Shell atau Petronas. And then hybrid, combine the services provided by private and public cloud. Ya, dia combine, dia dua gula-gula. Cloud ni boleh untuk private dan public. Ya, private and private. Public ni dia personal lah, atau private on inside the company only. Ya, can be accessed inside the company, but public can be accessed by anybody. Public. Ya. This hybrid, both they can cater for private and public. I think Google Cloud Platform can be also accessed for private and public. Azure pun boleh. Contohnya UiTM sekarang ni dia ada subscribes Office 365. Ya, Office 365. So Office 365 for UiTM dia boleh guna secara private, dan juga dia juga boleh guna oleh orang lain gunakan public mode. Ya, boleh run on private mode and public mode. So it enable consumer to have access to the location, and these services are safeguarded in order to avoid any hacking and information leak. Contohnya data dalam UiTM tu, kalau dia run on private mode, the data cannot be accessed to outside of UiTM. Dia cuma boleh kat situ, dia tak boleh share. Kalau public ni, macam kita selalu share, kita share anything dalam WhatsApp, dalam Facebook, we can share with anybody. But kalau kita run on private mode, it can be accessed, the data can be accessed, the file can be accessed only inside the organization. And then we also have fourth type of deployment model, iaitu community cloud. Yeah. The community cloud nature is initially supervised, then managed different number of corporation plan for the same core foundation business and project. Yang ni dia specialized on community, contohnya business community, medical, engineering. Dia cuma community mengikut bidang pengkhususannya. Ya, ada pengkhususan tertentu. Okay, next. Okay, if you have any question, tolong you can interrupt. So ini dia punya gambar rajah dia lah, gambar rajah deployment model. Okay. This one, public cloud. Yeah. Okay. Public cloud ni, this cloud can be accessed by anybody of internet users. Internet users can access the cloud. You can imagine ni macam Facebook lah kan, Instagram, okay, Telegram, semua ni bawah cloud, public cloud. Dan kita ada private internal cloud, contohnya UiTM, Petronas, certain organisation saja ini. And then we also have that cater both private and public. Dia boleh buat dua-dua, private mode and public mode. Yang ni dia panggil hybrid. Okay. Let's see the video.
Let's talk clouds. No, not those clouds. I'm talking about cloud computing. Like, what are clouds? What makes them better than computing BC? That's before clouds. What are the major types of clouds? And how might you best use each type based on your needs? Let's start with what a cloud is. All clouds are data centers, or multiple data centers, made up of compute and storage resources connected by a network. But what makes a data center a cloud is that all of those resources are virtualized into one big giant shared pool of resources, which can be intelligently and automatically orchestrated. And that means it can adapt to meet the ever-changing needs of your apps and the ever-changing utilization and availability of each resource. And that's why clouds are awesome. Today's clouds are smart, automated, and adaptive. Apps can be deployed far more quickly without custom provisioning boxes. And once deployed, those apps can dynamically scale on demand. Resource issues like congestion or failure can be resolved automatically. Quite simply, clouds can be more efficient and cost-effective than traditional data centers. So let's take a closer look at each type of cloud and which type might be the best for your needs. We'll start with public clouds. They're what most people think of when they talk about the cloud. What makes them public is that they are hosted by a cloud service provider who rents space on the cloud to their many customers or tenants. Those tenants generally only pay for services they actually use, much like how we consume electricity as a service for our energy needs. Public clouds let you offload management where you don't mind giving up some control. That's why they're a popular choice for hosting everyday apps like email, customer relationship management, HR, and other business support apps. Private clouds are next. They're private because they only have one tenant. You get all the goodness of a cloud, but you can control and customize it to fit your needs. And that control is why many companies are migrating their data centers to private clouds to run core business apps that provide unique, competitive advantages like research, manufacturing, supply chain management, and more. Finally, there are hybrid cloud environments. They're hybrid because they're a combo of both public and private clouds. You get all the benefits of both and more, like the ability to create new, innovative apps with uncertain demand. Apps you can deploy on your private cloud, which can burst to the public cloud during demand spikes. So there you go. Just remember, there are several types of clouds, and businesses are tending to use each type of cloud based on their service delivery needs. But we've obviously only scratched the surface. We can give you a lot more info and details if you're interested. Just visit the Intel IT Center here on the web.
Okay, kalau perasan tadi uh, dia kata ada macam cloud ni macam electric power dekat rumah kita, ya. Dia asalnya konsep cloud ni datang daripada grid computing. Ingat saya tu grid computing, grid electricity, grid pada electricity. Kemudian selepas tu baru ada konsep cloud. Grid electricity macam grid kat rumah ni, kita nak guna kat rumah kita just plug saja dan kita akan bayar ikut apa yang kita guna, kan. Kita bayar apa yang kita guna saja. Jadi konsep ni digunakan juga dalam internet. Kita hanya bayar apa yang kita gunakan saja. Prosesor dia, memory dan storage dia. Konsep tu digunakan sekarang ni. Daripada grid electricity tu dia panggil jadi grid computing. Daripada grid computing tu jadi konsep cloud computing. Jadi dia punya storage power tu, kalau grid computing, grid electricity tu kita pelak, kita tak tahu pun listrik tu datang daripada mana. Generatornya kita tak tahu daripada mana. Ada banyak di Malaysia ni yang provide electric power. Ada power generator dia. Kita tak tahu kat mana. Kita plug saja dan kita akan dapat elektrik yang kita nak. Jadi serupa konsep ni dalam cloud computing. Kita log in to cloud, Google Cloud ke, AWS ke apa ke. Dan kita tak perlu tahu dari mana data storage tu disimpan, prosesornya di mana dan sebagainya. Kita tak perlu tahu dan kita hanya bayar apa yang kita gunakan saja. Jadi konsep ni berikan. Kalau sebelum ada cloud ni, kita kena kita kena ada hardware sendiri dan kosnya tu fix. Ya, kosnya tu fix. Kita tak boleh nak naik turunkan ikut apa yang kita nak. Walaupun kita guna sikit saja, kalau sejuta, terpaksa kita bayar sejuta walaupun kita guna sikit. Dan kita tak boleh nak tambah. Kalau lebih, kita nak lebih pada sejuta, kita tak boleh nak tambah. Kecuali kita nak tambah dengan kita beli infrastruktur yang baru. So di situ kita kena ada architecture dia lah, macam mana cloud computing tu dibentuk, ya, macam mana dibentuk. So cloud computing infrastructure is closely related to its architecture and comprises of many cloud components which is loosely connected. So dalam cloud tu dia ada banyak cloud component dia. Component ni dia loosely connected. Maksudnya dia not tightly. Kalau tightly tu satu down, dia yang lain pun akan down sama. Kalau loosely connected, tak ada komputer yang down, yang lain pun masih lagi boleh berfungsi. So cloud computing architecture refer to the component and subcomponent required for cloud computing. Ya, dia ada, maknanya ada component and subcomponent. Kita kena tahu apa component and subcomponent for cloud computing. Ya. So typically component ni apa? Consists of front end, platform and back end. And then cloud based delivery network. 3 lah sebenarnya ya. Kita ada sini front end, back end and network delivery and network dah. 3 komponen. So front end consists of fat client, thin client and mobile device. So dia ada komponen to allow user to access, user sebagai user interface-nya, and user interface-nya to access the cloud computing. Jadi user interface tu ada dalam bentuk fat, thin ataupun mobile device. Kalau thin client ni contohnya macam web-based system lah, kita boleh access using web-based system. Kalau mobile device, user can access using mobile computer, dia smartphone. And then back-end platform including server, storage, processor, itu back-end dia. And delivery and network consists of internet, intranet and intercloud. Dekat sini saja dia punya infrastructure ya, intranet, intercloud ni pun involve million of dollar kat sini. Kita nak develop network infrastructure dia saja, sebab dia include list line. Kita kena subscribe list line yang costnya setahun tu mungkin more than 1 million ringgit. Ini saja kat network saja pun dah very expensive. And then all this combined together make up cloud computing architecture. Semua ni kita combinekan, ada linkkan all this component, integratekan all this component. Bila kita integratekan, dia akan membentuk cloud computing. So dalam ni architecture ni dia ada on client side ni, sini boleh access from desktop, mobile, tablet or any devices kat sini. Sekarang ni pun ada IoT, can also access the cloud. And then we have network delivery sini, network delivery on internet. And then this are the back-end platform dia, back-end component. So dalam back-end ni dia ada management component, application component, service component, storage component and security components. Jadi semua ni back-end ni akan siap-siap adalah sebenarnya dalam cloud computing. Kita tak pernah bina lah. Ini yang logical net architecture dah. Okay, next. Sini dulu. Okay. And then tadi cloud model kan. Kalau dia deployment model. Yang ni adalah jenis-jenis based on delivery. Tadi cloud model, deployment model, tadi itu deployment model, sekarang ni dipanggil delivery dia, jenis-jenis ikut delivery dia. Ada banyak sebenarnya, tapi yang basic ni, yang common, business as service, software as a service, platform as service, infrastructure as service and development as service. Antara 5 ni pula yang paling components adalah 3 ni, software as service, platform as service and infrastructure as service. Kita tengok satu-satu. Kita tengok daripada atas dulu, application ni. Atas ni, yang common, yang end user selalu kita gunakan ni, application as service. Ataupun kadang-kadang panggil software as service. Contoh dia apa? Contoh dia, Microsoft 365. Yang selalu kita guna Microsoft Office, Facebook, Instagram. Itu under kategori application. Application ni can be accessed by anybody kat sini lah. End user selalunya access on application. End user access on application as service. So then bawah application ni dia ada platform as service untuk for developer. Developer yang develop application ni. Developer yang develop application ni dia perlukan platform as service. Jadi kat sini ada platform for development of application. Contohnya kita boleh develop for Python, PHP application, web-based application, mobile application. Kita boleh develop sekarang ni ada machine learning, AI. Jadi kita sebagai developer kita banyak dekat sini lah sebenarnya. Kalau sebagai developer, and user access on application, developer on this side, a platform as service. And then bawah ni dia ada physical yang bawah sekali, infrastructure dia. Developer ni develop atas apa? Kita mesti ada komputernya kan. Komputernya tu dipanggil infrastructure. So dalam tu ada physical server dia, CPU, memory RAM, storage and many more. Kat sini lah komponen yang digunakan dekat server. So itu bawah infrastructure as service. Ini juga kita boleh subscribe pada sini. User boleh subscribe on this and juga dalam sini. Selalunya end user di sini. Yang ini selalunya developer yang guna. Di sini selalunya system administrator. System administrator work on this infrastructure as service. Ini selalunya kita perlukan masa bila nak guna ni. Selalunya kalau kita nak bina kita punya server sendiri, kita kena beli hardware dia, kena beli server, kena beli networknya, subscribe network. Sekarang ni network semua tu tak payah beli, kita just subscribe dekat sini saja, infrastructure saja. Jadi kalau kita nak hardware dan bila kita dah ada yang ni pula, kita boleh bebas nak develop kita punya ni. Dia juga ada developer dan juga kita boleh develop application dia. Selalu kalau kita yang ni pun kena bina sendiri, yang ini pun kena bina sendiri, tiga-tiga atas. Kalau kita develop, kita subscribe yang ni, selalunya kita dapat yang ni juga sebenarnya kita, tapi secara virtual, macam kita tak perasan benda ni ada. Jadi kita boleh subscribe yang sini, tapi kita tak ada kuasa penuh lah macam mana benda ni berfungsi. Kalau application ni pula, kita just guna end user, terus guna saja. Selalunya end user yang gunakan yang ni. Next. Ni tengok video je. Video ya.
Cloud computing basics. The advancement of technology encompassing networks, storage, and processing power led to epitome of computing. In this century, it's called cloud computing, or commonly referred to as cloud. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a paradigm that allows on-demand network access to shared computing resources, a model for managing, storing, and processing data online via the internet. Some cloud computing characteristics include on-demand service, you use it when you need it. Network access, using internet as a medium. Shared resources, resources are pulled together and used by multiple clients. Scalability, allows elasticity of resources. 3 delivery models of cloud computing, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Cloud computing offers different services based on 3 delivery models. When arranged in a pyramid form, they follow the order of SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. What is SaaS? SaaS, or Software as a Service. It is a service that offers on-demand pay-per-use of application software to users. Unlike licensed bot programs, this service is platform independent, and you don't need to install the software on your PC. The cloud runs a single instance of the software and makes it available for multiple end users. This makes cloud computing cheap. All the computing resources responsible for delivering SaaS are entirely managed by the vendor. This service is accessible via a web browser or lightweight client applications. Who uses SaaS? End customers are frequent users of SaaS. Example products and services of SaaS. Popular SaaS providers offer the following products and services. The Google ecosystem such as Gmail, Google Docs, and Google Drive, Microsoft Office 365, HR and help desk solutions, and customer relationship management services such as Salesforce. Pros: universally accessible from any platform. No need to commute. You can work from any place. Excellent for collaborative working. Vendor provides modest software tools. Allows for multi-tenancy. Cons: portability and browser issues. Internet performance may dictate overall performance. Compliance restrictions. What is PaaS? PaaS, or Platform as a Service. This service is mainly a development environment and is made up of a programming language execution environment, an operating system, a web server, and a database. All of this encapsulate the environment where users can build, compile, and run their programs without worrying of the underlying infrastructure. In this model, you manage data and the application resources. All other resources are managed by the vendor. Who uses PaaS? This is a domain for developers. Example products and services of PaaS. Cloud providers have the following as the PaaS products and services. Amazon Web Services, Elastic Beanstalk, Google App Engine, Windows Azure Heroku, and Force.com. Pros: cost-effective rapid development. It's scalable. Faster market for developers. Easy deployment of web applications. Private or public deployment is possible. Cons: developers are limited to providers' languages and tools. Migration issues, such as the risk of vendor lock-in. What is IaaS? IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service. This service offers the computing architecture and infrastructure. That is, it offers all computing resources but in a virtual environment so that multiple users can access them. These resources include data storage, virtualization, servers, and networking. Most vendors are responsible for managing the above 4 resources. If you will use this service, you will be responsible for handling other resources such as applications, data, runtime, and middleware. Who uses IaaS? IaaS is mainly for sysadmins. Example products and services of IaaS. They include Amazon EC2, GoGrid, and Rackspace.com. Pros: the cloud provides the infrastructure. Enhanced scalability, dynamic workloads are supported. IaaS is flexible. Cons: security issues, network and service delays. Examples of companies that use cloud computing. Amazon's AWS, or Amazon Web Services. When it comes to companies using cloud computing, AWS takes the lead. This cloud computing company offers IaaS and PaaS services to its customers. It's popular for its Elastic Compute Cloud EC2, among other services such as Elastic Beanstalk, Simple Storage Service S3, and Relational Database Service or RDS. Apart from the complete suite of cloud computing, it offers other cloud-related services including Internet of Things, IoT, cloud security, and mobile services. iCloud. This cloud from Apple is majorly for Apple products. It allows you to back up and store all your multimedia and other documents online. This content is then seamlessly integrated onto all your devices or apps in case you access it from them. Microsoft Azure. This cloud is used and offered by Microsoft. It offers IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS for its enterprise software and developer tools. If you have ever used Office 365 products, then you have used SaaS. Google Cloud. The Google Cloud Platform is a universal cloud for Google's vast ecosystem and also for other products such as Microsoft Office. It allows collaboration, storage of data, and also other services offered by its cloud computing suite. IBM Smart Cloud. Using private, public, and hybrid deployment models, IBM Smart Cloud provides a full range of EaaS, PaaS, and SaaS cloud computing services to businesses. Using pay-as-you-go model, this cloud generates revenue for IBM.
Okay. Tadi tu kena apa? Kena tahu apa itu tiap-tiap satu jenis tadi, 3 jenis tu yang utama tu. Dan contoh-contoh dia, ya. Siapa yang gunakan, ya. Software as a service siapa? Software as a service for end user. And then kalau platform as a service untuk siapa? Developer. And then last sekali, bawah sekali, infrastructure as a service, ya. Infrastructure for system administrator. Now we go to business as a service ni. Yang ni tak termasuk yang 3 tu lah, tapi dia tak termasuk dalam kategori yang utama maksud dia. Tapi dia ada konsep ni ada sebab konsep as a service ni sebenarnya banyak sebenarnya. Ya, ada banyak sebenarnya, tapi yang ni 5 tu utama, dan 5 tu tadi 3 yang utama tadi, software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Ya. Dan ni yang business as a service ni satu konsep, ya, is a new concept in application person. Saya ulang balik. Business as a service. Business as a service is new concept and application to person, messaging managed services, allowing mobile operator to run their entire A2P business with complete customer acquisition flow and support without any investment or risk ownership. Business as a service ni satu konsep yang mana dia conduct business dia menggunakan SMS system, ya. SMS system yang ini terangkan. Ini maksud A2P ni apa? Is a process of sending mobile message from an application to mobile users. Ya. Kita ada business application, for example. Business application ni dia seperti marketing application. Jadi dia ada application yang send marketing message to mobile users, ya. Yang dia boleh hantar promotion melalui app yang ni, ya, melalui app A2P app. So ATP ini message is also called enterprise or professional SMS. Business can use it in several technical mode to communicate with consumer, authenticate user on offline service, and deliver time-sensitive alerts. Ini juga saya pernah baca dekat Afrika, dia gunakan sistem ni untuk buat sistem e-commerce, sistem sebab dia guna SMS. Pasal apa? E-commerce yang guna SMS sebab dekat Afrika sana, dia punya internet infrastructure dia tak semacam kita ni. Dia ada basic GSM saja, basic GSM. So bila dekat petani-petani sana nak jual dia punya hasil tanaman dia cuma gunakan sistem ni untuk bagi tahu, marketkan dia punya produk. Lepas tu yang beli pun boleh order dia punya produk tu, dia punya hasil tanaman dia tu boleh order, ya. Petani boleh buat marketkan dia punya produk melalui sistem SMS. Dia beritahu apa yang dia ada, apa yang dia nak jual. Lepas tu customer tu boleh juga beli ataupun order dia punya produknya. Ni juga yang dekat secara ni banyak dulu kita guna dapat SMS. Kita selalu dapat business SMS kan. Jadi itu mungkin daripada sistem A2P sistem ni. So ini bawah kategori business as service. Kalau SMS system tu run on cloud system lah. Kalau SMS system dia tu run on cloud, tapi kalau bukan dalam cloud dia tak jadi bawah kategori business as a service. So this app service managed service allow mobile operator to run their entire A2P business with complete customer education flow and support without any investment or risk ownership. Jadi dia punya company yang subscribe business as service ni don't need to invest big investment lah, tak perlu ada buat spend big investment to buy dia SMS infrastructure dia. Dia cuma subscribe dalam cloud system saja. Next. Then software as service. Ni kita tadi dah tengok dah sebenarnya software as service ni. Kita tengok definition dia. SaaS, software as service or SaaS. Service model involve the cloud provider installing and maintaining software in the cloud and user running the software from cloud over the internet or intranet. The user client machine require no installation of any application specific software since cloud application run in the cloud. Ini kalau nak faham senang je, kita tengok contoh dia apa? Seperti Microsoft Office. Okay, sebelum ni Microsoft Office we need to install program Microsoft Office tu. Itu traditional yang sebelum ada guna cloud. So we need to install Microsoft Office. Dalam tu dia ada Microsoft Word, PowerPoint dan sebagainya. We need install in our own computer. Now with software as service ni, we don't need to install the service. We can run on our web browser. The application kita tak perlu nak install. We can run from web browser. Sebenarnya sebelum ada 365 sebenarnya yang popular adalah Google Docs atau Google Drive. Kita guna Google Docs lah kan. Google Docs tu kita tak perlu nak install Google dalam komputer kita, just write online. Kita boleh write kita punya dokumen online using web browser. Jadi kalau Google Cloud tu dia provider dia siapa? Google lah. Cloud provider dia Google. Jadi Google tu yang bertanggungjawab nak install dengan maintain software dia. Kita tak perlu nak maintain software dia. Google yang bertanggungjawab untuk install dan maintain Google Docs tu. Kalau Office, Microsoft lah. Kalau Microsoft 365 tu, installation and maintain software is responsibility of Microsoft lah. And user running the software from cloud over the internet on their own web browser saja. User running the software using web browser. And user client machine require no installation. So user no need to install the software. They run on their own web browser. Dia cuma install web browser sajalah. Sekarang ni semua komputer ada web browser. Default mesti ada web browser. So they don't need to install anything actually. Tapi kalau 365 dia boleh buat dua-dua. Office kelebihan Office 365 dia can run both desktop and on cloud, dua-dua sekali. Itu kelebihan Office. Tapi kalau Google Docs tu dia online saja. Dia tak ada install offline. Tapi kalau mobile dia ada dua-dua juga. Kalau mobile dia ada run on web browser, Google Doc tu run browser dan juga dekat mobile app dia. Android app dia. Kita boleh download Google Doc app kan. Jadi dia boleh dua-dua on mobile native mobile app and also on web browser. And then software as a service is software licensing and delivery model in which software is licensed on subscription basis kat sini. Macam mana dia beli? Maksud sini macam mana kita nak dapatkan software tu? Macam mana kita nak dapatkan? Kalau dulu desktop software kita kena beli CD. Kena beli CD dia dan kita install kan. Itu license dia kita kena beli CD dia lah biasanya ataupun kita download download from internet dan kita bayar, dan kita boleh install kat komputer kita. Tapi dalam cloud ni beza dia apa? Dia based on subscription basis. Maknanya selalunya dia bayar on yearly basis. Setahun sekali. Biasanya setahun sekali lah. Ataupun boleh juga bulanan, kadang-kadang jarang-jarang lah. Ataupun beberapa tahun, 2-3 tahun. Macam lagi antivirus juga pun dalam kategori yang ni. Sekarang ni banyak antivirus. Kita kena subscribe on yearly, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year selalunya kan. Dan ada juga yang lifetime juga. And it's centrally hosted. Jadi software tadi dia centralized dekat, kalau Office dekat Microsoft Cloud lah, kalau Google Doc dekat Google Cloud. Masing-masing lah ikut provider dia. Okay, ada question? Any question? Kalau ada, dia interrupt ni. Mungkin kita rehat sekejap ya. Sekejap. Sudah ni. Rehat sekejap 5 minit. Dah letih dah.